everyone, thanks so much for stopping by today. We're going to be making one of my favorites that I've just recently made from this cookbook and now will make forever and ever because it's amazing, which is the canned peaches and crumble. So it is so easy to make. It is so delicious. It really does taste like it's coming from a canned fruit. I don't know what to say, but it is so good. It's amazing and I can't wait to try it out. So let's get started. We have everything here. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna get started with some simple things for right now. The first step is we're gonna take some sugar and our pectin. We're gonna stir this together. And I have a pot right now with 6 cups of water in there. Once that comes to a boil, we're gonna add this in there and let this dissolve. It'll become kind of glazy-like. So this is off to the side, one step done. The next pot we have on the stove right now that's coming to a boil is getting ready for our peaches. And in order to get our peaches ready, we need to do a quick X on these. That way, when they're done inside the pot, we can quickly peel them, easy peasy. So let's get to Xing. You don't want it to go too thick. You just want to get kind of as close to the surface as possible because you want to be able to, once it goes in the boil, we'll be able to peel this off very easily. I do the same thing when it comes to Roma tomatoes. So if you're familiar with making your own sauce, this should be easy. So just a little X. Should probably put them on here so I can just transport it over to the stove. I feel like Puss in Boots. Should get a sword. Does call for a lot of peaches, about 18, 6 pounds, so try to get them on sale because a little pricey. All right, so I see that our first water is all set for our pectin and sugar, so let's head over and then we'll bring over our peaches over and drop them in. Okay, so our water is boiling. I'm gonna add in our sugar and our pectin, and we're gonna stir this. The purpose of this is we want the sugar to melt and won't take too long. Once it's melted and all dissolved, we'll pull this off the stove. Okay, now let's grab our peaches. Dun, dun, dun. Watch out, Bauer. Okay, all right. Our water is boiling. You see here that I have an ice bath for the peaches once they're done. So I am gonna drop these in very carefully. We'll have to do this in stages because not all of my peaches are going to fit in here. All right. These about 4 minutes and then we'll take them out and throw them in this bucket. Let's make sure our sugar and pectin are going. Okay. So sometimes it doesn't take the full 4 minutes, but I see the skin starting to peel. So I'm just gonna throw them into this ice bath right here. Well, was once an ice bath. Now that the ice has been melting, that's fine. Oh, this one's not so pretty. We'll probably get rid of that one. Okay. All right, now let's add in the rest of our peaches. Alrighty. All right, now let's take off our sugar and pectin. This is all dissolved. I'm gonna set this aside over on our counter and we'll get ready for this later on. So to make some room in my bowl here, I'm gonna take out some of these that are ready to go. Just gonna dump this and get some fresh cold water. All right, these are done. You can always tell, I mean, she says 4 minutes, but you start to see here, it starts to peel, so it's gonna be easy to come off. Okay. Easy peasy. All right, so now that our peaches are done from the stove, we're gonna let these cool for about 5 minutes and then we're gonna start peeling them. Okay, y'all, it is time to go ahead and peel our peaches and then we're gonna slice them up and put them into our mason jar. So I have practically everything here right now. So I am going to peel away. I have a little paper towel here that makes it easy for me. If you're a composter, save this and throw it in your compost. But look how pretty that looks, nice and raw. Okay, let's keep peeling. It's so nice when they just like fall off your hands. So this is a little bad spot here. I'll probably make sure to cut around that when I get to it. It's a little bruised. What I should say too is that I have a large pot on the stove and I'm having that come to a boil because once we have our peaches packed away into these mason jars, we're gonna head over to the stove, throw them in there, and in the mason jars itself. And as long as it's covered, that's fine. And we're gonna let that sit for about 20 minutes because that's how we get our canned peaches. So it's not canned, but it's mason jarred peaches. All right, all peeled. I'm gonna wash my hands, get rid of our peels here, and then rinse this off, and then we'll start slicing these up and get them into the mason jars. All right, all cleaned up, let's get to slicing. So, I have my mason jars here already. I am just gonna cut this in and start slicing. So if you're wondering about my adorable shirt that I'm wearing, this is to represent our little Max, who we recently, unfortunately, had to put down, so he has crossed the rainbow. So he is here in spirit, taste testing all of this, I'm sure, since he was our official taste tester. So. Okay, so as you can see, I am adding in our slices to our mason jars. I'm running out of room on our cutting board. And we just want to make sure that they are filled up about nearly all the way except for about a ½ inch. Because that pectin and sugar mixture that we made earlier is going to go in here before we throw this into the pot. Okay. All right. Let me just clean this out of the way, and then we'll pack these up with some of our pectin and sugar and then get them on the stove. Okay, all cleaned up. Let's get in our pectin. I don't know why I even need this, but I'm just gonna use it just in case. Whoa, 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 too much. Ah! I went a little too hot on that one. All right, hang on. Let me pour some in here. All right, you know what? Let me get a nice little pour to make this easy on my life. So, bear with me, people.
A few moments later.
Now we're talking. All right, so let me dump this in here. Now we're good to go. So let's fill this up. Give it a couple seconds just to settle. Really packed it in there, so just make sure little bubbles coming up, settling. Couple more. And last one. All right. Sweet. All right, so let's very tightly close these. Set them off to the side. Because that water is almost boiling. So if you do make this, I suggest starting your water boiling process a little earlier than you think, because it does take a long time to boil such a large pot. So, all right. Last two. Uh-oh. Something's not right here. Oh, there we go. No, I lied. This is not working. Okay, so this one is a rogue. I'll find another mason jar for this. This lid is not working at all. Yes, okay, it's failed. All right, I'll get another mason jar. Let's get these over to the pot so we can submerge these. The water has to be above the top of the lid here for this to work out. And we'll get them boiling. All right, guys, our water is boiling. I got my fancy mason jar little tongs here. Let's throw these in. Make sure their lids are very tight. I'm gonna drop them in. Okay, 20 minutes on the clock. Let these chill out in the, well, not chill out, heat up in the pot here. All right, see you in 20. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our crumble. So we have some flour. We have some brown sugar. We have some regular sugar. Sugar. I almost dumped this whole thing of kosher salt in. Just a pinch of kosher salt, some baking powder, and some cinnamon. We're gonna stir this together first. Then we're gonna add in our melted butter. Well, hello, Penny. Now that that's all stirred, let's add in our melted butter. And then I have a pan here. We're gonna add this to our pan. And we're gonna bake this for about 10 minutes And then we can try our peach with our crumble. Actually, I like to use my hands a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. Throwing this on our pan with some parchment paper. Spread it around. And we'll let this bake. All right, 10 minutes. Our crumble's done. It's been 10 minutes. Now we wait. Okay, it is time to try our canned peaches and crumble. I'm pumped. I put a little ice cream on top, you know, for the full effect here. It is so good. It's amazing. You know, this recipe takes some time with the canned peaches, you know, peeling off the skin, but it's really not that hard. It's really easy to me, at least, and it only needs 2 hours to cool down, which is probably the longest time that you have to do for this recipe. It is 1000% worth it. It is so good. You know, when I saw this recipe in the book, I thought this is a little intimidating for me because I do some jarring sometimes, but not a ton. But this is very, very user-friendly, very easy if you're just starting out. So try it out. Let me know what you think. The taste is perfect. The crumble is amazing. This is a summer treat for us, for sure. So let me know what you think if you do make it. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch me make this canned peaches and crumble. I'll catch you next time. Please like and subscribe. See ya. There's a couple steps that we need to take at the stove. So I have 2 pots right now going to warm up. Nope, I messed this up because I said bots. No, don't have it set up. Sorry. I went for it and I didn't. Is it so good, Mark?